Good morning.
Morning, madam.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Good morning and a warm welcome to you all. SPMVV MAHILA VISVAVIDYALAYam, Sri PADMAVATI MAHILA VISVAVIDYALAYam, Wellness Center, Department of Physical Education, Women Biotech Incubation Facility of SPMVV Society for Innovation, Incubation and Entrepreneurship, combinedly organizing an outreach webinar series on contours of COVID-19 pandemic management and innovative strategies. On behalf of organizing committee, I humbly welcome Visionary Honorable Vice Chancellor of our University, Dr. Duvuru Jamuna Garu, beloved Registrar of University, Dr. D.M. Mamata Garu, Coordinator of Wellness Center, Head Department of Physical Education, Professor G. Sara Sarojini Garu, Secretary of SCI, Professor Jyoti, and today's esteemed speaker of session 4, Dr. K.V. Rajasekhar Garu, Director of Physical Education and Sports Sciences, School of Medical Sciences, University of Hyderabad. I also welcome all the deans, directors, head departments, faculty, students, and all the participants to this fourth session of webinar series on Fight COVID-19 with Fitness. As we all know that we are now at home and we have less scope to visit gyms or playgrounds, but we are aware that the fitness is more important for the health. So let us all together utilize this opportunity to know how to maintain fitness during this pandemic situation. May I now request Dr. Sara Sarojini Garu to proceed further. Over to Shara, madam.
Thank you, Professor Vidyavati Garu. A pleasant good morning to you all. Sri Padmavati Mahila Vishwavidyalayam has started organizing series of talks by eminent speakers to create awareness about health and wellness among staff, students of SPMVV and general public. It indeed is an outreach program to reach the community. This is the fourth talk jointly organized by Wellness Center, Department of Physical Education, Women Biotech Incubation and Innovation Facility, and SPMVV Society for Innovation and Entrepreneurship under the able guidance of our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Jamuna Madam, and the supervision of our beloved Registrar, Professor D.M. Mamata. Our motto is, stay home, stay fit. Being fit by staying at home is very difficult as the mobility of the person is confined, especially in the pandemic situation. Wellness Center of SPMVV focuses on how well one can, especially women, can maintain fitness by doing smart exercises and healthy diet. Further, these awareness programs enlighten them on the areas which we tend to overlook. On this occasion, I invite our unceasing support, Honorable Vice Chancellor Professor Jamuna Madam, to address the gathering. Over to Madam.
Yes, thank you, Professor Sarah. Just a minute. Give me a minute.
Yes, ma'am.
Today's invited speaker, Professor Rajasekhar of Physical Education, University of Hyderabad, Registrar Professor Mamata, Professor Vidyavati, Professor Sara Sarojini, Professor Kalarani, and other members of organizing committee, teaching and non-teaching faculty members, and students of Sri Padmavati Mahila Visvavidyalayam, and also dear participants from various walks of life in the public. I deem it as pleasure to welcome you all to this webinar, fourth in the series of webinar series on SPMVV outreach activities of COVID-19, especially in this second wave. On my personal behalf, I also welcome you to all this and utilize this opportunity to improve your health and fitness. See, the healthfulness program or health and wellness programs, this element, that is fitness, is an important parameter. In the recent past, health and fitness awareness is gaining its momentum slowly but gradually, especially in the name of health clubs, fitness centers, and also other health regimen programs by many organizations. In spite of this momentum, but still, it's very much there in its place in most of the urban and metropolitan areas, but very slow and in some places, especially semi-urban areas, towns, small towns, and also in rural areas. I hope you all agree with me. Once again, COVID-19 pandemic gave a louder call to remind us how important the physical health, physical fitness is to keep our health, in a very vibrant way, and also to improve our immune system. To address this particular health and fitness, we have with us Dr. Rajasekhar from University of Hyderabad. So I think, he will enlighten us on this particular aspect as part of this webinar. Once again, I welcome Dr. Rajasekhar to our midst to deliver his special talk. So welcome you, Dr. Rajasekhar. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, madam. Thank you for
all the participants all the participants will enjoy the webinar. Thank you.
Thank you, madam. Thank you for encouraging and thought-provoking message given on this occasion. May now I request our beloved registrar to say a few words about this.
Thank you, Professor Shara. Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Jamuna Garu, and today's distinguished speaker, Dr. K.V. Rajasekhar from University of Hyderabad, the organizers, Professor Shara, Professor Kalarani, Professor Vidyavati, and all the team members, all the participants, distinguished professors, a very warm welcome to this program. This is the session 4 of the webinar series on the major theme, Counters of COVID-19 Pandemic, Management and Innovative Strategies. And today's theme being Fight COVID-19 with Fitness by today's invited speaker by Professor K.V. Rajasekhar. Yes, while on lockdown, physical activity needs to be maintained as it is extremely beneficial to body and mind. It is important for controlling diabetes and high blood pressure, maintaining bone strength and muscle tone to exercise is especially, as a regular outdoor activities curtailed during COVID-19 pandemic. Well, this exercise also helps us to boost immunity, reduce the risk of mental health issues like depression too. You can walk for a short periods such as 10 minutes at a time or practice yoga routines or interval training depending on your age, pre-existing health condition and doctor's advice. While gym and group classes may be out, you can still cycle, hike or walk. Or you are stuck at home, look online for exercises videos you can follow too. There are many things you can do without equipment such as yoga exercise that you can use your own body weight. Because epidemiological evidences suggest that there is a strong link between the intensity of the exercises and the occurrence of the infections and the disease to our own body. Because the immune system appears to respond to this kind of stress and intensive exercise by increased natural killer cell activity and suppressed neutrophil function. So the measured effects of exercise on the innate immunity system are complex and depend on several factors like the type of exercise, intensity, duration of exercise, and timing of measurement and relation to exercise sessions too. Therefore, here to explain on all the factors, the importance, the various fitness things, and the regimes we have to follow, and how best we can take advantage of this lockdown, we have an eminent speaker among us who spared his valuable time to address all our participants here. So I wish all the participants a very, very fruitful time in listening to the speaker and get benefited, get empowered with the points he was mentioning and in fighting the COVID-19 pandemic. I wish all the participants a successful time. Once again, I thank the organizers for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you, madam. Thank you for your inspired message. Now I introduce our speaker. I'm happy to introduce today's speaker, Dr. K.V. Rajasekhar, Director of Physical Education and Sports Sciences, Center for Physical Fitness and Sports Sciences, School of Medical Sciences, University of Hyderabad. He had his doctoral degree in physical education from Alagappa University. Apart from his parental subject, he did BL and diplomas in several subjects, and also he secured gold medal in BL. He has 32 years of teaching experience and 13 years of research experience. Under his able guidance, 6 candidates have been awarded PhD and 5 candidates awarded MPhil. He is a member of several bodies. Sir is a member of European College of Sports Sciences, BOS member in physical education for Osmania University and JNTU Hyderabad. He was sports board member of and BOS member of SPMVV Tirupati, editorial board member of Athens Journal of Sports. He is a reviewer of European Scientific Journal and Common Ground Research Network. Sir has presented more than 150 scientific papers in national and international seminars and conferences. He has published many articles in reputed national and international journals. He has published a book on wellness management, lifestyle approach for health, fitness, and energy. Sir has research projects in hand on wellness, yoga, and allied areas. He delivered many lectures as keynote speaker and resource person in national and international conferences. We are really fortunate to have such an intellectual and eminent speaker in our midst. Once again, I welcome you, sir. Looking forward to listen to your inspiring message. Over to you, sir. Sir, over to you, sir.
Yeah, I'm trying to share my slide first. Once, please check it.
Okay.
Then, we will proceed with that. Is it visible right now?
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you, Shara. Thank you very much. 1 second, please. Thank you very much, Professor Sara Sarojini. And let me extend my sincere thanks to again to you for extending me a warm welcome for this series of talks. And it's a fantastic idea that the Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Jamuna Garu, has initiated. And it's really very good. So as you asked, I may be going in bilingual, like in Telugu, whenever there is a necessity, but I hope that you understand that it may be difficult for me sometimes to fetch a very good, appropriate Telugu terms in Telugu for certain, I will try to talk it. And then my salutations to Professor Jamuna Garu, the Vice Chancellor, and my regards to Dr. Registrar of this university, and who spoke very eloquently on the fitness. And I was very much immersed the way she encapsulated the whole issue of fitness into a 2-3 minutes segment of talk. And it's very fantastic and enlightening. And I'm going to cover every aspect of that, especially what she was talking about the unit and all. Thank you very much for that, Registrar Garu. And then thank you, Professor Sara. Thank you, Professor Kalarani and others who have joined for this talk. Around, I can see it's growing still. It's around 282 people are watching right now the program. And I think it may go beyond 300 even. As I have already informed to you, Sarah, that I have posted this message to some of the interstate groups also. So many interstate people may be watching this program. So that's the reason why most of my talk would be in English, but several of important items I'll be covering in Telugu too. So, yeah, First, let me introduce that I became COVID-19 positive in the month of April last month, and I got recovered. And this is actually, it was an experience that is beyond expectations, or beyond what you cannot even explain in terms of words. What kind of a fitness I had, how I could be able to absorb the virus, and how I could be able to throw out the virus very successfully without even getting any kind of a problem at all. I am not a young person. I am actually 59 years old, touching my 60 in just 6 months. So I'm also a veteran. So I'm a veteran athlete and I'm a veteran fitness monger and wellness seeker. And my fitness alone actually saved me and from the COVID onslaught. Actually, the ordeal was very simple for me. Many people were saying it was a very difficult ordeal from 7th day onwards, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th day, breathlessness, everything. Yes, but I never experienced anything. I never lost my lung capacity. Even at the 7th, 8th, 9th day, I could hold my breath for 1 minute, more than 1 minute. These are all because of my direct involvement into a scientific fitness fitness. So I'll be covering fitness, which is actually a very vague term, which is very difficult to define because fitness has no definition on its own unless it is attached with some word, some functional word. So fitness itself cannot stand alone because it has no definition. Fitness, when it's attached with a functional word like physical fitness, it gets some meaning. Emotional fitness, then it gets some meaning. And then psychological fitness, it gets a meaning. Nutritional fitness, it gets a meaning. Societal fitness, it gets a meaning. Environment. So fitness doesn't have anything that's very individual kind of a definition. So I'll be touching upon all those things. I'm straight away getting into the topic, and my effort will be to tell you exactly how fitness actually, not simply the physical fitness, the wholesome fitness, that's called wellness. Really, I appreciate the person who is behind the concept of wellness center of SVMVV. It must be first of its kind in the southern India. And I really appreciate the concept-based center, that's wellness center, in which I have found the Department of Physical Education. And it's really a fantastic effort. I must congratulate upon the SPMVV for that path-breaking and pioneering effort of starting wellness center. I'm really happy about it because it's a very complex term. Wellness is a very complex term which encompasses several things in it, and should be followed simultaneously. I'll be explaining that also in my 1 or 1.5 hour of talk. So అప్పుడప్పుడు వీటి గురించి కూడా అంటే అసలు ఫిట్నెస్ అంటే ఏంటి, వెల్నెస్ అంటే ఏంటి, వీటిని అసలు ఫిట్నెస్ వెల్నెస్ అనేటటువంటి దాన్ని తెలుగులో ఇంకా పెద్దగా చెప్పలేకపోతున్నారు. అది పూర్తి స్థాయి తర్జుమా అంటే తెలుగులోకి తర్జుమా రావడం కొంచెం కష్టంగా ఉన్నప్పటికీ మనం ట్రై చేద్దాం. సో actually it's not that fitness, it is wellness. We are actually in need of at this particular COVID-19 timing, wellness. So however, let us examine everything. So COVID-19 fitness, immunity and health. So earlier the registrar madam spoke about immunity and health. Yes. So we all look for immunity, improvement in immunity, so the functional health of the individual improves. That's the definite relationship. There is a relationship between your immunity and your preventive ability and the health status of the individual. So that is the main purpose of my talk. How we can improve the immunity through fitness. What fitness it is, I'm going to talk to you. Since I may be a physical educationist, you must be thinking that I'm going to talk only about physical fitness. Definitely, I'll be talking more on physical fitness, but I will also be touching upon other aspects of the fitness. So other elements of the fitness, which are actually included as sub-elements for wellness. So we need wellness. Actually, it's sort of beyond fitness. We need wellness, a condition wherein an individual is having a physical strength, physical fitness, nutritional balance, emotional balance, and then sociological balance, everything. So that's what is actually improves the immunity of the individual, because every element a human being has, every element in which human being spends and is related to has its own impact on immunity and consequent health of the individual. It's not that simply just physical exercises will enhance immunity, but many other aspects are also to be examined simultaneously, especially when you are doing exercises. I'll be talking all those things. And this is very important to note here, that with no pain and no gain. I strongly believe in this. Several times I delivered wellness talks to thousands of people, and for thousands of times I made wellness management sessions. And I don't know how far the people would take it seriously. I'm not seeing much change in the society. That's what the biggest problem in India. But still, right now, as we are in the midst of the pandemic, and this pandemic severely affected the psychological domains of the people. Now the people started understanding the real importance of the wellness and lifestyle management, and the strength of the immunity in terms of preventing diseases and being healthy. Now people are really wanting to know, and people are really moving to understand what exactly is wellness and lifestyle management, in which fitness is one of the elements that the people are interested to know about. So this is very important. The change that has given to the human beings because of this pandemic, COVID-19. So COVID-19 has become an eye-opener for all of us, and now we are really fortunate that we are opening our brains and minds towards the best lifestyle management. So we are fear now. We have a fear now. Their fear consciousness, that fear element of the human being makes them to force and learn many things. So no pain and no gain, never give up. One thing is important: fitness will not come just like that. It will come with all pains. So with all pain only you can improve your immunity. Otherwise, there is no chance at all getting anything. So this is very important. Now let me go a little deeper. యాక్చువల్గా ఏంటంటే ఫిట్నెస్ అనే దాన్ని ఫ్రమ్ ద బిగినింగ్ నేను చెప్తూ వస్తున్నాను. ఫిట్నెస్ అనేటటువంటిది ఏంటంటే దానికంటూ సపరేట్గా ప్రత్యేకంగా మనం దాన్ని డిఫైన్ చేయకూడదు. అది కరెక్ట్ కూడా కాదు. ఎందుకంటే బికాస్ ఫిట్నెస్ హ్యాస్ నో ఇట్స్ ఓన్ డెఫినేషన్ అన్లెస్ ఇట్ ఈస్ అటాచ్డ్ విత్ సమ్ అదర్ ఫంక్షనల్ వర్డ్. For example, it is, if you attach physical, it becomes a physical fitness. So physical fitness is, you can define now physical fitness. Physical fitness is an ability of the individual to attend to a regular or physical works of the daily life without any fatigue and with all comfort. That is simple physical fitness. So you can define now what is emotional fitness. Just like that, you can define emotional fitness. You can define nutritional fitness, spiritual fitness, social fitness, environmental fitness. So fitness should be tagged to some other functional word, so that it will have a domain, specific domain, wherein you can definitely offer a definition, domain specific fitness definition. అంటే ఒక ప్రత్యేక మనం మనుషులుగా ఏంటంటే మానవులందరూ ఏంటంటే డిఫరెంట్ డొమైన్స్, డిఫరెంట్ దీంట్లో మనం ఉంటాం. మనకు ఫిజికల్ డొమైన్ అంటే ఫిజికల్, వాట్ ఈస్ ఫిజికల్ ఈస్ బాడీ. సో వీ హ్యావ్ ఎ ఫిజికల్ డొమైన్, and we have a thinking, intellectual, emotional domain. We have another domain. We think in terms of different things, and then emotional domain also plays a different parts, different effects on fitness. So emotional fitness, how best you can handle the situation, how best you can be very happy, how best you can think. So they're all different. So emotional fitness is essential. So fitness doesn't mean that simply so I'm trying to tell you, fitness is something not just a physical fitness. So there are many other things that we need to have a higher, better immunity, because even if there is emotional fitness is not properly maintained, if you are not emotionally well, or if you are stressed out. So neurophysiology of emotional stress leads to different disturbances in the immune system. That could definitely suppress the immune system. I will explain. So there are many reasons why. And then nutritional fitness. What is nutritional fitness? You are exercising, you are really very good emotionally, but still, if you are not really properly taking the nutrition, then so maybe lack of knowledge, otherwise lack of something on nutrition elements. So చాలా మంది ఏంటంటే ఏదో తింటారు, ఎక్సర్సైజ్ చేస్తే నాకు చాలా మంచి హెల్త్ వస్తుందని అనుకుంటున్నారు, హ్యాపీగా ఉంటాయి. నో, నాట్ దట్. న్యూట్రిషనల్ ఎలిమెంట్స్ ఆర్ న్యూట్రియంట్స్ అంటే పోషకాలు, మనిషికి పోషకాలు చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్ అనమాట. ఎస్పెషల్లీ ఎప్పుడు చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్ అవుతుందంటే, మీరు మరీ ఎక్సర్సైజ్ చేసేటప్పుడు, వెన్ యూ ఆర్ రియల్లీ డూయింగ్ ఎక్సర్సైజ్, physical exercise, when you want to improve the physical fitness, I already define what is it. Physical fitness improve cheste definitely మనకు ఏంటంటే immunity develop అవుతుంది. But physical fitness improve చేయాలంటే ఏంటంటే, what we have to do, we have to take up several types of exercises, not simply one type of exercises. ఏదో వాకింగ్ చేయడము లేదా జాగింగ్, స్విమ్మింగ్. No, there are different kinds of elements in physical fitness. So we have to take care of all those physical. So I think that this is not the time and to explain the different tenets of the physical fitness. We have different components. So I will be just talking about the physical fitness. So how I have to link nutritional fitness. So I will give you a small tidbit of the element of nutritional fitness, how important it is. For example, if you are doing exercise regularly, you must feed properly your body. So there are many types of nutrition for a physical exercising person. That is called pre-exercise nutrition, during exercise nutrition, post-exercise nutrition. So you have to maintain a fitness in nutrition also. Otherwise, your body deteriorates. Otherwise, your body is devoid of certain nutrients, may lead to different deteriorating conditions in the physiology and leading to suppression in the immunity. So there are many issues where we have to be very, very cautious. చాలా జాగ్రత్తగా మనము ప్లాన్ చేసుకోవాలి. ఇది ఒక విధమైనటువంటి ఫిట్నెస్ అనేటటువంటిది ఏంటంటే జస్ట్ ఎక్సర్సైజ్ కాదు, ఒక లైఫ్ స్టైల్లో ఒక ఫిజికల్ ఎక్సర్సైజ్ ఒక చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్ అంశం అయితే, అలానే ఎమోషనల్ ఫిట్నెస్, మనం చాలా హ్యాపీగా ఉండడం. సో ఎమోషనల్ ఫిట్నెస్ అనేటటువంటి ఇంకొక అంశం అయితే, న్యూట్రిషనల్ ఫిట్నెస్ అనేది ఇంకొక అంశం అయితే. ఇలా ఎందుకంటే, ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ న్యూట్రిషనల్ ఫిట్నెస్ అని చెప్తున్నాను నేను. ఇప్పుడు చిన్న tidbits చెప్పొచ్చు. There may be some nutritionists who are listening to my talk. They might be knowing all these things. For example, maybe ignorance. So what is nutritional? Ignorance అంటే ఏంటంటే మనకు తెలియదు, ఎలా వండాలో కూడా తెలియదు ఒక్కోసారి అని అనుకుందాం. కానీ ఒకటి మాత్రం ఏంటంటే చెప్పగలుగుతానంటే, యాక్చువల్లీ ఆయుర్వేద diet, like the traditional diet of our Telugu people, or else South Indians, or including North Indian, the way of food preparation, అంటే వంట వండేటటువంటి the process లో మనం sorting అని చేస్తాం. So sorting is really very important. That gives a lot of interact with different spices. And then we use turmeric, we use peppers, we use chili. We use not heavy quantities of chili, we use our light quantities of chili, we use pepper, we use cumin seeds, we use the fenugreek seeds. Since there are several identified phytochemicals like fenugreek seeds, pepperins in pepper, chili pepperins in peppers, chili peppers, like that, several phytochemicals, several flavonoids being recognized. But one thing I want to tell you, how they should be cooked is an important thing in nutritional fitness. Nutritional, that does not mean that just eat something that you will come across. You will eat, if you after a heavy exercise, especially, I'll tell you, I can link that physical exercise to nutritional fitness. Unless you have a nutritional fitness, you cannot even have physical fitness, definitely, because nutrition is the element that actually feeds your body and that actually makes your body. So it's not just exercise. Exercise makes you stress. Exercise gives a stress into the body that makes a kind of inflammatory and oxidative conditions that will definitely enhance your immunity levels. But for retrieving from that oxidative stress, retrieving from that inflammatory stress, we need support from the nutrients, excellent nutrients we need to supply to the body. Even during the exercise or before the exercise, when you prepare your body for exercise, you need to feed your body with our proper nutritional elements. And during exercise, you need to be very proper in taking a proper nutrition depending on the type of the exercise and duration of the exercise and intensity of the exercise. And then after the exercise is over, I mean, after termination of the exercise period, then you have to be very nutritionally very careful and see the body is fed with the proper diet proportions, having excellent carbohydrate, excellent first-class proteins, and then first-class excellent fats. All those things we need to supply to the body. Otherwise, there cannot be physical fitness. So exercise is essential, and what kind of an exercise I'll be coming. I will talk. I will in a future slides in Cheptanu few different exercises along time. I'm not going too deep into the scientific issues, scientific tenets of the nutrition, or else the physical fitness issues. I'll be trying to cover the peripheral issues because I know the audience watching me may not be a sports scientist, so I want to give more knowledge, easier knowledge to them so that they can practice from tomorrow on. But let me remind you again and again, physical exercise is not the only thing that enhances your fitness, general fitness. Physical exercise enhances physical fitness, but for your I'm showing you one relationship between fitness and physiological fitness. If you develop physical fitness, if you develop emotional fitness, if you develop nutritional fitness, if you develop spiritual fitness, if you develop social fitness, everything it has, every element of your social domain, prati yoka manava deniki sambandhinchiనటువంటి జీవితానికి సంబంధించినటువంటి ప్రతి విధమైనటువంటి ప్రతిక్రియలకు సంబంధించి కూడా మనం పూర్తి స్థాయి ఫిట్నెస్ మెయింటైన్ చేస్తేనే బాడీలో ఫిజియలాజికల్ ఫిట్నెస్ అంటే అది జీవరసాయనిక ప్రక్రియలకు సంబంధించినటువంటి ఒక ఫిట్నెస్ అన్నమాట. సో then only you will have a functional health. So when you will get functional health means functional health gives you a healthy condition for a human being that will help individual to resist all the diseases. Even not only that, even if the person is infected, the person can regain and it can recoup and come back to the normal. That's called functional health. Functional health should give you a preventive ability, also the curative ability to the body, so that it will respond properly to any virus onslaught or bacterial infection, whatever kind of an infection, anything that is called functional health for the individual. How you will get the functional health? Functional health is the result of the physiological fitness. It is the result of the physiological fitness. So it means that your body should work very nicely. Entire body, it's not one system of the body. You must know that manam telusukovali, we have several systems in our body. We have several systems. Endocrine system, very important one. Endocrine system, excretory system, digestive system, blood circulation system, lymphatic system. So several systems we have. So cardiovascular system, excretory system. So several systems we have. If you have a trouble in functioning of even any one, or if you have trouble in functioning of physiological functioning of any one tissue of any one particular system, and your one system gets derailed, you will get a disease that is related to the particular system. The whole body, generally whole body, you will not get infected unless it is a general virus or just like a COVID-19 or some bacterial general infections. Generally, non-communicable diseases, if you take non-communicable disease or even communicable disease, they won't affect the whole body, but they normally most of the diseases affect only a particular tissue or particular organ, particular system of the body. So we need to be very careful. So that's the reason why the physiologists, the medical experts and wellness scientists reiterate that we need to see that all the systems of the body work very unison, and then they work in a very systematic and coordinated. There cannot be any hitch anywhere in the body, anywhere, whether it be in the cardiovascular area or else in the renal area, everywhere. So everywhere we should be very clear, very clean, then you will have a fantastic functionality. So for that, what you need? Physiological fitness. For that, what you need? You need a fitness. What fitness? Physical fitness, emotional fitness, nutritional fitness, spiritual fitness, social fitness, environmental fitness, economic fitness, everything, any domain in which you involve into, as a human being, you involve into, you should have to develop all those fitnesses. That is exactly what we call as wellness management. Wellness is something very complex, all-inclusive term that manifests in the development of all these domains of the human existence and making individual functionally healthy. That's very important. So this way, there are connections. One more thing, if you want to develop physical fitness, you will exercise. But if you want to have an emotional fitness, you have to think properly. That depends on you. And sometimes emotional fitness also is linked to physical fitness. That's the reason why. And then physical fitness is linked to nutritional fitness and spiritual fitness. So even if you exercise regularly, fantastically, you are not assured that you will be very healthy and functionally very well. Because just exercise will not give you health. Exercise is a tool that helps the body to put your body into some stress. Exercise is a stress, some stress. And then you have other duties like the stress, definitely. And then the stress. So the stress should be optimal. I always tell the exercise stress should be optimal, not two extremes. And I wanted to tell you a few things that physical exercise, though, is very important. That doesn't mean that you have to exert too severely and expose your body to high level of inflammation, high level of oxidative stress. These two things should be avoided. But here in this slide, I just wanted to present that is very important. Fitness is physiological fitness. And in my view, it is a physiological fitness. How to derive physiological fitness, I have explained in the earlier, in the Munpu Chupichinatటువంటి slide lo nenu explain cheyadam jarigindi. Sharirika dharmaనికి సంబంధించినటువంటి ఒక ఫిట్నెస్ డెవలప్ కావాలి, అప్పుడే ఎన్హాన్స్డ్ ఇమ్యూనిటీ. అంటే ఫిజియలాజికల్ ఫిట్నెస్ అంటే బాడీలో ఈ శారీరక ధర్మాలన్నీ కూడా ఫెంటాస్టిక్ గా బాగా పనిచేస్తున్నప్పుడు ఏమవుతుందంటే ఇమ్యూనిటీ ఎన్హాన్స్మెంట్ ఉంటుంది. ఇమ్యూనిటీ is the main ingredient that will actually a main ingredient of the physiological fitness. The outcome of the physiological fitness is enhanced immunity. If you have a fantastic immunity, if you have an innate immunity, fantastic immunity, and definitely those who have high levels of immunity will have definitely a secondary immunity or adaptive immunity also will be very high in them. So, and when I tested recently, a few days ago, for my COVID-19 IgG immunoglobulin G, variety of the subset of the cells, I mean the immune proteins, I have got 10.99. It's very high. It should be only 1. Now I've got exposure to COVID and also my immunity, my fitness. So it's very high. And so that's where very important. So enhanced immunity is the outcome of physiological fitness. If your body is fantastically able to conduct their internal proceedings, the body is able to conduct internal proceedings, because so there are several internal proceedings happening simultaneously, like metabolism. Actually, the metabolism, it consists of several things like, providing energy, and then cell signaling systems, molecular systems, and then different systems are involved. How the energy moves from place to place, and the proteins are continuously made, like the hormones, and then enzymatic creations, and then enzymatic reactions. All those things go on simultaneously, and we have biggest, very difficult to explain a physiological complex phenomenon happening inside our body. And I'm telling you openly that science, we don't know the complete picture of the metabolism. Still, we don't know the complete picture of the metabolism. Still, we don't know the complete picture of the immunity, the interactions of the various immune bodies and immune cells. But still, the idea is that if you enhance the immunity, you will have a good health. So you have to have a kind of a thing that here, if you see that it's very important for your physiological fitness. You need to exercise, that is physical fitness, you need to improve. Simultaneously, you need to be very happy, emotionally, you need to be very good. And you should understand. And then because you are exercising, you need to take a very proper care of the nutrients. That is called nutritional fitness or nutritional wellness. And then you need to exercise in a proper environment. You need to live in a proper environment. This is also environmental wellness. Don't get exposed to pathogens. Don't get exposed to a kind of an allergens. So all these things. So then you have to have a spiritual wellness. I'm not going to touch much on the spiritual wellness because spirituality is a widely debated area, and spiritual wellness is also a widely contested area wherein I don't want to dig deeper into that spirituality. My view is spirituality, my view is see the other individual as like you. When you feel you have some rights, you are an individual, you are a human being, and if you look to the other human beings as the human beings as on par with you, then that's the best spirituality you can offer to the co-human beings. Then you will be very happy. And then so spiritual wellness, and then sociological wellness, you have to have a good friends, you have to be very good, and for happiness, for support. And economic wellness, what is not? What is not? Everything is fitness. Everything is fitness. And now, what is important is, so physiological fitness. So I have just compressed all those fitness elements, physical fitness, and then nutritional fitness, and everything into one capsule that's called physiological fitness, because this is a derivative. So if you have physical fitness, if you have, I'll be talking about physical fitness also separately, exclusively, and what kind of exercise you need to do. And so physiological fitness is very importantly, this is morphological integrity, endocrinal integrity, metabolic integrity, immunological integrity. I'm not touching mainly. So how you protect your body and the whole systems, how you don't misuse your body and improperly don't handle the body, that's called morphological integrity. And then, so it means that then endocrinal integrity, endocrine system is a one master system in the body. But see, we now have several scientific revelations coming up, and now the endocrine system is not the only one master system that is actually controlling the whole metabolism now, even because I'm going to reveal you one very cutting edge scientific revelation from the exercise physiology. Exercise physiologists have identified the muscle as one of the very largest another endocrine organ of the body, because skeletal muscles, while exercising, skeletal muscles are seen producing several dozens and dozens of cytokine-like substances. So they are called myokines. So muscle exercise చేసేటప్పుడు కొన్ని chemical substances ని ప్రొడ్యూస్ చేస్తుందని కనుక్కోవడం జరిగింది. అవి ఎండోక్రైన్ సిస్టమ్ లో వినాల గ్రంథులకు సంబంధించినటువంటి సిస్టమ్ లో ఏ విధంగా అయితే వివస్తాయో ఎండోక్రైన్ హార్మోన్స్ ఎలా రిలీజ్ అవుతాయో అటువంటి హార్మోన్ లైక్ సబ్స్టాన్సెస్ ని సేమ్ కైండ్ ఆఫ్ సబ్స్టెన్స్ సైటోకైన్స్ ని ఈ మజిల్స్ కూడా ఉత్పత్తి చేస్తున్నట్టుగా కనుక్కున్నారు. సో these myokines are also very important crosstalkers, actually cross-talking cytokine type elements. So if you could like interleukins. Interleukins are very important cytokines which are actually the result of the endocrinal interaction. Several cytokines are produced in the cells, like interleukin 1, interleukin 2, interleukin 6, several interleukins, and TNF alpha, as people were saying, and like PGC1 alpha. There are several things. I don't want to get into those things. So just like that, as the cells, including the immune cells, also produce the same kind of cytokines. Just like that, muscle cells also seem producing these things. That is the reason why exercise has got so much of prominence suddenly, and we have got answers. Why we should exercise? We have got answers. These are the elements. These are the cytokine like muscle chemical substances, myokines and if actually if they are not really produced, that is the reason why inactivity related exercises echo. So when you are active, you produce these myokines. If you are not active, you are not producing these myokines, which are very substantially produced during the high intensity exercises, which are very responsible for your endocrine, your metabolic integrity, and so your immunological integrity indirectly. So several myokines like interleukin 6, that is a pro-inflammatory and anti-inflammatory in nature. I don't want to go deeper into them. And then irisin and BDNF, several kind of these, though BDNF is produced in the brain-derived neurotrophic factors, but still muscle produces several of these chemical substances in the same time. We different areas or different tissues look really crosstalk well, and they maintain different metabolic regulations. So that is the reason why some, especially interleukin 6 and irisin, or irisin is highly responsible to control the inflammation of the obese cells. I mean the adipose cells, adipose tissue. There are several things. So uptake of the glucose, some myokines that are released from the exercise are very important for uptake of glucose uptake, so that the glucose will be taken up by the tissues, and the protection of the insulin sensitivity. Some are very important to promote the insulin sensitivity by promoting the effects of the receptors like Z receptors, whatever it is. So, and then glucose transporters, they promote the effects of the glucose transporters. These are all the things that been slowly we are coming into, and so the exercise is potent, excellent, and now we have all the evidences that exercise, physical exercise done properly, will definitely enhance the endocrinal, will complement the endocrinal integrity and protect the metabolic integrity and immunological integrity. So exercise is very important. So what kind of an exercise? I'm telling you, several people are walking early morning, and some 10 minutes of walking will not give you anything. There are several researchers how the immunity of the individual increases through exercise. There are several researchers. Immunity by releasing of the myokines from muscle myokines directly how these myokines in turn actually work on the different systems, especially on the lymphatic system, especially on the thymus gland and the spleen, which these two very important organs, which are very, very essential in the immunity of the individual. Of course, there are people with a splenectomy or whatever, if thymus is removed, spleen is removed, but still, these two are thymus gland, which is responsible for the maturation of the T cells and B cells, and spleen, where B cells are matured, and different master cells are evolved. So there are many things, phagocytic activities promoted. So exercise, some types of exercises alone, I'm again telling you, I have several journal publications, excellent interactions with the top level exercise scientists, especially exercise endocrinologists. I'm telling you, see, nowadays, the physical education is not a simple, small science study now. Now the physical education has taken a bigger, deeper roots, and the horizons of the physical education has grown very much, very wide, and are very important for the human existence. I'm really hats off to the SPMVV for starting wellness center and promoting wellness among the people. And also, I'm really happy that the SPMVV, the initiative of the Vice Chancellors, outreach programs like this definitely give an exposure to many people to understand what exactly is needed. So outreach of the university, outreach of the research or the faculty of the university is an essential issue right now. So that's it. And then let me. I've been talking about immune integrity, enhanced immunity. So enhanced immunity is an important thing. This is not important, independent, but depends on endocrine metabolic intensity, right? Okay. And I was talking to you that we need to have a physical fitness. That will improve physiological fitness. Physical fitness, improvement in physical fitness improves physiological fitness. Of course, other elements are you have to very much careful in terms of nutritional fitness, social fitness, emotional, those things I don't want to repeat again, because I've already explained that fitness doesn't mean that it has no functional definition on its own, unless it is attached with some functional word like physical, emotional, mental, spiritual. So please understand me that I'm not going to again and again repeat the same. So what is the important thing is that when you are taking up exercise program, when you are doing anything, any lifestyle program, whether it is nutrition, whatever it is, you need to take into account every system of your body, every system. That is called complete functional health. Do not neglect or leave back any system or metabolic process. If you leave any system, you don't take care of it properly, and then that system will not work properly and you will not have a functional health. Complete functional health is not possible. And now I'll tell you one thing. See, there are people who will just concentrate on exercises. Many people believe doing exercise. Any exercise will not do. Any exercise or any exercise that is done just like that will not give you the complete functional fitness. For example, if you just attend to the gyms only, you will be involving mostly your muscular fitness, your muscular system, a little at the cardiovascular system, very little on the endocrinal system. So it's not that you're going to get a very complete functional health. You are not going to get. There are several research on this. So complete functional health you need to get only through the complete physical fitness program, which will cover every system of the body. And exercises are differently needed for different systems of your body. It's not that simply that you go to the gym, lift weights only, build muscles and become Mr. Universe and Miss Universe. That's not that. There are many people who have died actually. And I will tell you now, and it's not that one particular system you need to take care. You have to involve all the systems of the body. How you will involve probably. There are several beautiful exercises that are very importantly functional for all the systems. And so you have to exercise differently. And alternately, you have to change your program of fitness. That's very important, I'm telling you. Don't ever always try to go only to the fitness center, lift weights, see yourself in the mirror and get happiness because you have bulged muscles. That is not going to give you health. And then in the same way, don't always hang on to the roads, run 100 meters, 15 kilometers, 20 kilometers, 40 kilometers, 50 kilometers, and don't feel that I have achieved today 50 kilometers. I am a super ultra marathoner. Don't get excited that you are covering few systems but neglecting certain other systems. And also you are overexposing. So I told you, physical fitness should be attained through the optimal exercise program, which includes the type of exercise, the intensity of exercise, and the duration of exercise. All these three things should be coordinated, should be elemented into a capsule of exercise, and should be changed regularly to take care of different systems of the body. So there are different exercises. First one, so that is the reason why exercise scientists can say of course, not all the physical education professors may not be able to go into this exercise physiology. Those who are well versed in the exercise physiology, exercise endocrinology, and exercise immunology and exercise nutrition, all four together, if they have the proper knowledge on these four subjects, because they cannot stand alone. Again, they're all interdependent. They're all interdisciplinary in their approach. If they know all these four areas, and they can definitely suggest you fantastic and excellent fitness program that will include exercises, change different exercises for 1 week or 10 days in a rotation manner, then also give you a proper advice on the matching nutrition, and then also advise you on the matching emotional programs, how you have to sleep, how much you need to take rest after that, how you have to, it's all very important. That's what I am doing, because I'm a wellness manager, I'm a wellness speaker, wellness critic, wellness writer, wellness expert. I don't call myself expert, but I am a wellness scientist. So I manage my life. Whenever I feel that my body is giving me some negative signs, I understand that, and immediately I try to rectify that through physical exercise, through sleep patterns, changing my sleep patterns, changing my exercise programs. And then these are very important, essential things that everybody should do. But generally, some exercise you take up regularly, okay, definitely you will have some health, but definitely that will not assure you a total functional health. That will definitely give you, that will not give you a high level of immunity against the broad spectrum of onslaught of the pathogens, or else non-communicable diseases like diabetes mellitus and cancers and all. So the exercise is very important because of its inflammatory effect. Regulated inflammation is highly essential for the functional development of different tissues. So a regulated inflammation is a response that comes through the immunity, that comes through the immune function of the tissues, and it is a natural phenomenon. Whenever you expose the tissue or the body to a particular type of a stress, you have to feel the kind of an inflammation that is actually going to help you to develop a better immune system. And then oxidative exercise is also oxidative stress. Exercise is also an oxidative stress. And the oxykaranam ఇదన్నమాట ఒక విధమైనటువంటి కష్టాన్ని మనం ఇన్వైట్ చేస్తున్నట్టే మన బాడీ. So when you start doing exercise, some exercises are highly oxidative, some exercises are not that much highly oxidative, but still oxidative exposure of stress, oxidative stress exposure to the body to some extent in a controlled manner is also very essential to improve antioxidative mechanism in the body, and thereby it can prevent several other tissue damages, otherwise improvement in the immune health. So there are important exercises. For example, so exercises చేస్తున్నప్పుడు ఏంటంటే జిమ్ ఎక్సర్సైజెస్ ఉన్నాయి, జిమ్కి వెళ్ళి మజిల్ డెవలప్ చేసేది, అలానే రన్నింగ్ చేస్తున్నాం మనము. when you are walking, jogging, that's kind of a road running, that's mostly aerobic exercise. So running and అయితే ఏంటంటే you should understand how much you have to do, what is the intensity you have to. That depends on the individual's physical fitness of the present. So keeping in view of the present physical fitness levels, we always should go. మనం ఎప్పుడు కూడా ఏంటంటే మనము ఫస్ట్ ఏంటంటే that's the reason why an expert should guide you. You just cannot, don't take up something, some exercise, some walking, ఏదో చేసేస్తున్నాము, జస్ట్ ఒక హాఫ్ అన్ అవర్ చేసేసాను సార్, నేను 1 hour చేస్తున్నాను వాకింగ్ అని చెప్తారు. ఆఫ్టర్ దట్ ఏంటంటే ఒక 3 years 4 years చేసిన తర్వాత ఏంటంటే నాకు నీ పెయిన్స్ మొదలైనాయి, అయినా నేను ఒక హాఫ్ అన్ అవర్ డైలీ వాకింగ్ చేస్తున్నాను, నేను 10 years చేస్తున్నాను, నాకు డయాబెటీస్ మొదలైంది. ఇవన్నీ కామన్ గా వచ్చినటువంటి నేను వినేటటువంటి ప్రాబ్లమ్స్. See, the problem is that you are not doing proper exercise. You are not doing scientific exercise. It's not that the scientific studies are clear that unless you stress your body, I told you in the second slide that when there is no pain, there is no gain. When there is no pain, there is no gain. So exercise, if you don't have a painful exercise, you will not have a gain at all in the functional physiology of the body. And see, ఈ విషయంలో ఏంటంటే చాలా మంది ఏంటంటే యోగాని కంపేర్ చేస్తారు. ఐఎమ్ ఆల్సో యోగా is researcher. I practice yoga. I have done my PhD itself was a part of element was yoga. So I tell you one thing, yoga is definitely the same as I was talking to you, fitness or wellness, physical fitness, emotional fitness, spiritual fitness, economic fitness, all those things we were talking about, emotional fitness. Same you can see in the yoga also. So yama niyama pranayama, then asana pranayama, pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, samadhi ani eightfold path pettuko ayana cheptaru Patanjali. Atla chepparu ante adi kuda the same. మనం హ్యాపీగా ఉండాలా, మంచిగా ఉండాలా, బాడీని బాగా చూసుకోవాలా, అవి యమ నియమ అవన్నీ చూసుకొని ఎమోషనల్ గా బాగుండాలా, తర్వాతనే ఎక్సర్సైజ్ కూడా ఏంటంటే చాలా యాక్చువల్గా యోగాసనాస్ని యోగాన్ని మన వాళ్ళు యాక్చువల్గా దేనికి తీసుకొచ్చారంటే ఒక ఎక్సర్సైజ్ కింద తీసుకొచ్చారు. ప్రాణాయామం ఒక ఎక్సర్సైజ్ కింద తీసుకొచ్చారు. యాక్చువల్లీ యోగా ఈజ్ అన్ 8-fold path for the attainment of the something that's been samadhi. I mean, that's a different issue actually. ఒకవేళ హెల్త్ కోసం చేస్తున్నాము మనము, లాంగివిటీ మనుషుల యొక్క లైఫ్ లాంగివిటీ ఎక్కువ ఉంటుంది యోగాలు అంటే, ఒకప్పుడు 150 సంవత్సరాలు 160 సంవత్సరాలు బతికేటటువంటి వయసు మనకు ఉండింది. యాక్చువల్గా ఇప్పుడు ఏంటంటే లేటెస్ట్ థింగ్ దట్ హస్ బీన్, it is not actually latest. Very recently there is a publication in the very big journal by the Israeli scientists that's called hyperbaric oxygen therapy. Many of you might be knowing it. So you can actually live for longer time. In fact, the human life is really for more than 150 years we can live. But how it is, we are accepting that by reaching to 45-50, many people are saying, see, my 75% life is over. So emotionally you are surrendering. Psychologically you are surrendering. You don't have any further life. So you are surrendering. You consider yourself old. But actually our genetics clearly says that we can live for 150 years. But the only thing is we have to take care of all these things into mind. That's called lifestyle management. Wellness management should be there. That is yoga actually. Yoga is 8-fold path that you can live that longer life only when you are able to do control your emotions, be very perfect in your lifestyle. So yama niyaman, so yogasana, pranayama, there are 8 paths. Just like that we have to. So Israeli scientists are saying if you can be able to control the length of the telomere of the genes, I mean the chromosomes. So the telomere length of the chromosomes are controlled, because then automatically your lifespan is increased. So it's possible. That if you, that's why why exercise actually gives you youthfulness, because there are studies that physical exercise, if you do perfectly, there are different exercises. If you do exactly, if you expose your body to some oxidative stress, controlled inflammation, thereby you can definitely enhance protect the telomere length of the chromosomes. Thereby you can postpone your aging. So exercise definitely postpones aging. What kind of an exercise you need to do? You need to exercise aerobically. Aerobic exercises like running, high intensity jogging. It's not hanging onto the road for 50 kilometers and 70 kilometers. I'm telling you, several marathon runners who run longer and longer. And there are people who are called themselves as a super ultra marathon runners, who are doing the entire day running, and they are recording that total distance for 300 kilometers, 260 kilometers, like that. It's not really needed for human being. I'm telling you as a sports scientist, we are not born for it. We are not horses. Our evolution doesn't support that kind of things to do by human being. We are human beings. We are not horses. We are not animals. Our evolution never say that we should run for 50 kilometers. But we should run for 5 to 6 kilometers high intensity, so that we expose ourselves to the high intensity aerobic stress and controlled inflammatory stress, and then protected by the nutrition and rest. This is very important. So when there is no support from nutrition, there is no support from recovery processes, please don't do any exercise. It is not physical fitness. It is definitely, it cannot be a physical fitness. You will have to lose your health. You will get several diseases. You will get even cancer if you neglect as an exercising individual. If you neglect on nutrition, if you neglect on recovery and rest processes, there is a possibility of getting the severe ultimate disease called cancer. There are several people who ran, who could not cope up with the nutrition, had a lot of problems. Several cyclists got some cancers of abdomen, especially the cancers of the intestines are very frequently seen among the athletes, of high intensity athletes and long distance athletes, especially the colon cancer, the last part of the large intestine is very common among the top sportsmen, many people. So many important things is what is the reason. There are many conditions, asthmatic conditions coming seen among the top level elite athletes. And I'm telling you, 95%, 98% of the long distance runners who ran 10 kilometers in competitive session, practiced 50 kilometers per week, 80 kilometers per week, ran 200 kilometers per week, they never survived more than 70 years. They never survived. That is because of the aging process. They see severe exposure to oxidative stress, severe exposure to the inflammation, seen decrease in the telomere length of the chromosomes, and their aging is very hastened aging. And chances ఉన్నాయి. అందువల్లనే ఎక్సర్సైజ్, ఫిజికల్ ఫిట్నెస్ అనేటటువంటిది ఆప్టిమమ్ గా ఉండాలి మనిషికి. ఇట్ నీడ్ నాట్ బి టూ మచ్. ఫిజికల్ ఫిట్నెస్ అనేటువంటిది ఎక్కువ అవసరం లేదు, మరీ తక్కువ ఉండకూడదు, ఆప్టిమల్ గా ఉండాలి. దానికోసం ఆప్టిమమ్ గానే మనం ఎక్సర్సైజ్ చేయాలి. వాట్ ఈజ్ ఆప్టిమమ్ ఈజ్ అగైన్ డిఫరెంట్ ఫ్రమ్ పర్సన్ టు పర్సన్. That is a different issue. It can be measured. What is the optimum status that an individual can be exposed to a physical fitness is? It is the matter of an expert, like a scientist can decide, a sports scientist can decide on trial and error basis. It cannot be done directly, but there are some genetical studies. There are some genetical studies that nowadays, whether you have to do this kind of an exercise, whether you are fit for this kind of an exercise, what kind of a nutrition you have to take, all genetics, nutrigenomics and genetic studies are clear that there have been several genes being identified where you are not supposed to take this kind of an exercise, this kind of, it is better to avoid. This kind of suggestions can be given. So these are sports genetics are very much coming forward to tell you exactly. So sports genetics will give you what kind of thing. In the same way, nutrigenomics will give you what kind of food you have to take, what kind of food maybe allergens for you as an athlete. So these are all the, it is not that simple. I'm telling you, physical fitness as visualized as just taught by people is not that simple actually. Wellness management is not that simple. You need to be very scientific. That's why I'm really requesting the Professor Vice Chancellor Garni, in wellness studies law, please, if you can start courses on wellness studies, PG, that will be first of its kind. Though I started in my university, I sent proposals, but that could not be cleared in the academic because there are many reasons. I don't want to come out here. So I request the registrar and the Sara and finally the Vice Chancellor to take up seriously to start an interdisciplinary courses in wellness management, wherein sports science like exercise endocrinology, exercise immunology, exercise nutrition, all those things are capsulated into offer courses that will definitely strengthen the society, and then more research will come out and more functional research will come out. More tidbits of actual realistic information can be rolled out from the university to the society. That's very essential now, because we know that due to the COVID-19, we have come to know, I'm not ridiculing any scientific community, I am just straight away because I know what is virology. I have studied virology, I have studied immunology, I have studied everything. But now, having developed all those sciences, we are not able to detect the right kind of a treatment, right kind of an approach for the prevention, right kind of a treatment approach for curative therapy for the COVID-19. We are just throwing some stones on the wild night, and in the darkness we are throwing stones, and one day the science is saying this is okay, and one day the plasma therapy is okay, one day is remdesivir. So, and then several Ayurveda experts are coming, they are throwing their advice, they are giving medicines. Now we are all at confusion. But one thing is sure, I can tell you very assuredly that if you have high immunity, virus cannot harm you. Virus will not harm you. High immunity is the only way. Like me, there are hundreds of people who are runners and who are wellness enthusiasts in my Hyderabad Runners Club, who run very nicely, excellently, and then who have higher level of immunity and who escaped. Though got infected, I know many of my running friends, running colleagues got infected with virus. They never experienced any problem. They came out successfully with all happiness. And so I tell you one thing, the science of exercise leading to exercise immunology, please believe that and try to enhance your immune strength through exercise. This is what complex. I don't want to give you biggest thought process, so forget about it. So if you give a physical exercise and you will have all adaptations, then you will be very good. So I want to tell you, hey, exercises. Nutrition, I'm telling you, nutrition is all important. Again, I'm telling you, when you exercise, mundu, nu exercise chesedaniki velletappudu prepare cheskoni povali body. Antegani, you just cannot go. When you are going for a war, you should have a shield and you should have everything. After the war, if you have near the war, what is the use? It's already given some strokes of sword and all. So first thing is prepare yourself for exercise with your nutrition and rest. So mundu roju manchiga nidrapovali. If you want to exercise, please sleep well. Without sleep, don't go to long exercise program, heavy exercise program, don't take up. And then before going for example, you want to go for a fitness center. See, I'm not going to talk about what kind of types of exercise. It is going to take 2 hours, 3 hours of time. I'm not going to do that. The thing is, what is important in my presentation is that very important centralized tidbits of information I'm trying to give you. Maybe another talk I can give you different exercises and their effects and their immunological effects, their nutritional complementary receipts. These kind of things we can have another session. But in this session, what I wanted to stress is that the central tidbits of physical stress. So that's very important. So when you are exercising, prepare yourself. So when you are going for a walk, but I want to tell you one thing. When there is no pain, there is no gain. If your exercise is not giving you painful symptoms in your body, like, when you are not stressing yourself, it is not going to help you in any way. Because I have seen several dozens of people walking happily, chit-chatting, joking here and there and walking. That will not help you. That is a stress actually. That is not going to help you. Exercise, you should have to send signal to your brain that you are exercising. It's very important. So there are some beautiful connections. Right? That's what is a psychosomatic connection. That's just a psychosomatic connection. You need to tell your body that you are exercising seriously, and then body prepares and body gives a different response. This is one serious aspect. And then when you prepare your body, so when you are going for a walking, when you are going something like going to press weights or different exercises are needed. So when you're going to press weights, you need little oxygen. I mean glucose. Only glycogen, little glycogen or phosphorus. So take one banana before you press the weights. And then also good is that if you have 1 hour before, if you take, it's not after also, there are certain things. So pre-exercise diet, during exercise diet or nutrition post-exercise. In the pre-exercise nutrition, especially the people who are going to do some better condition exercises, like more exposure to inflammatory exercises kind of thing, they need to take a first-class protein diet also, say milkshake, maybe a little before, even after also good, but before. What is the reason? You need to have certain things, especially if it is a boiled egg, that's a white part of it, boiled egg, even after the exercise or before exercise, 1 hour before. If it is before exercise, it is 1 hour before. If it is after exercise, before 1 hour after the elapsation of exercise. It's immediately after the exercise, but not later than 1 hour. But if you want to take something like a protein, good protein, a shake or a diet, take at least 1 hour before, but not in a big quantities, just 30, 40 grams or 50 grams, maybe a white egg. Then what is the reason? You are actually supporting an immune system. You are actually supporting an immune system by giving. So I want to bring in some kind of other things like, here, the protein, because exercise is important. At the same time, I told you, nutritional fitness is important. So if you are supplying protein, if you want that protein to be attached into a complexes, that will help generate enzymatic complexes, or else the immune complexes, like very important immune complexes, avidin and biotin. Avidin is an amino acid that's found in the white part of the egg, and the biotin is a part of the B complex. And these two avidin biotin complex is very essential in the thymus integrity and the further maturation of the lymphocytes. So these are all this is one area. And then the way how you are, when you are exercising, you are bound to lose your muscle is under stress, and you may lose the muscle tissue broken down. So muscle cells may be broken down. So to see that this is protected against this, it is important that you consume very important things that BCAA, branched chain amino acids, like leucine, isoleucine, and so these are all very important things that will protect you from the oxidative damage or else the inflammatory damages. So, and then many people, they consume whey protein, and there may be questions on that. I can explain. But how you have to give nutritional support when you are exercising is a very important issue, because while exercising, you are opening inflammatory processes, you are also opening oxidative processes. So body is at difficult conditions, and to cope with those difficult conditions, you must have anti-inflammatory nutrients and antioxidative nutrients both to support you. This is very important. So don't do exercise and you don't have a support from these things, like antioxidative substances, like different kinds of polyphenols, flavonoids, and all those things. See, I cannot explain all those things. So fitness is not exercising. Exercising and having excellent nutrition and rest is the fitness. That is the only way you develop a fitness. Otherwise, you cannot call it as a fitness, because you are throwing yourself into a kind of a disease condition when you just do exercise, neglecting all those issues like recovery, rest, nutrition. If you neglect all those things and you just go early in the morning, soon after the getting up from the bed, go without preparation and do exercise, you are throwing your body into a very dangerous conditions. There are many problems at that time. So my suggestion is that you need to be very, very proper in terms of your fitness exercise programs. So every thing, so 1 second. So physical exercise, physical stress is maybe exercise, emotional or mental stress, whatever it is, everything is a stress that leads to inflammatory adaptations, and then oxidative, other metabolic adaptations lead to enhanced immunity. So exercise, whatever it is, you have to exercise physical exercise, mental exercise, so different exercises are there. Whatever it is, it's one. I'm talking about physical exercise. Physical exercise inflammatory adaptation causes. It causes oxidative adaptations, other metabolic adaptations, other neurophysiological. All those things together, they strengthen our immune system, innate immune system. Thereby, the adaptive immune system also gets strengthened. And I'm sure that there are many studies, even the adaptive immune system are also very, very, very potent among those who regularly exercise and take all the proper nutritional care and emotional care. Those who are really leading a fantastic lifestyle. That's what I am talking about, lifestyle. So very positive lifestyle, very positive wellness lifestyle is very essential, in which physical exercise is very important, because I'm telling you that there are many other issues important. Nutrition is important. That doesn't mean that if you just take a fantastic nutrition, sleep well, always you are sleeping, will you be getting immunity, high immunity? Think you so? No, it's impossible. It is impossible. There are many people who are just coming, showing the videos into the YouTube that they're saying just to take only this, that, and then you will have this chemical from that seed, and this is it? Yeah, it's okay. That's correct. But that's not correct, because there is some kind of enigma in our bodies. Enigma. What is enigma? That is called physical exercise related life. I mean the energy. No one knows what exactly. You may define energy, you may measure energy, but that energy is essential. That energy should flow. That energy should flow. Whatever it is, it's a God's energy, whatever God particle, whatever. I'm not going to deep into that discussion. But unless you are active, those living beings, any living being, any animal, because we are also two-legged animals. We have become bipeds only a few million years ago as per the human evolution. We were also quadrupeds previously, and now we have become bipeds and we are walking on two legs, and there are many animals who are walking still on the four legs. And all living creatures should be, unless they are adopted, should be very active. There are some few animals like alligators, and some are there, they'll still be very healthy, but still they may not be very active, but still. But as per the human evolution, evolution of the human physiology, we are destined to work hard, we are destined to move our muscles, we are destined to move our body. Otherwise, there will be no flow of the vital energy, energy in the body, so that your physiology will be very good. So it's not that simple. So taking excellent food and sleeping always will not give you fitness. You need to exercise. Physical fitness is an important element of the wellness management, of the lifestyle management, and complementary being the nutritional wellness and the emotional wellness, other wellnesses. So very importantly, physical fitness and physical wellness is an important structure around which the lifestyle should proceed. So exercise science is getting a lot of prominence nowadays. Exercise scientists are really trying to find out various means and measures how to be very healthy. So the COVID-19, if you want to, I don't need to tell you, COVID-19 is a viral infection that is being infected, that is easy that comes through different ways of being, and once you are infected, you have to come out at the mercy of your fitness. You have to come out at the mercy of something, some blindly thrown treatment, some blindly thrown advisors, some blindly thrown even the, what is it called, vaccinations, whatever it is. Vaccination, of course, the prevention. Even vaccines, you know, we are talking about not 100% efficacy. Efficacy of the vaccinations are not 100%. Some are saying 33%, 90%, 63% first dosing. We don't know anything, but surely, if you are infected with virus, that SARS-CoV-2, you are infected with that, and if you have excellent immunity, that's not a one day's accumulation. Excellent immunity is not a one day's accumulation. It is my accumulation of immunity goes for 4.5 decades to 5 decades. When I was around 8 years, I started my exercise program by running, participation in exercises, participation in football, participation in various games. That I never stopped. That's very important. It's not that you do some exercises for continuously for 10 days and then you stop for some days. Fitness cannot be stored. Immunity cannot be stopped. Immunity cannot be stalled. Immunity cannot be stored at one level. Immunity comes down and up. It depends on your own effort. It depends on your lifestyle efforts. It depends on your physical fitness. It depends on your nutritional altogether. But as per the human evolution, physical stress is a main element in the wellness management. Physical stress through physical exercises. Physical exercises should be targeted, taking into account of the different parts of the body. But I am not talking about back pain because this is not the way. Now, this is not the time because the intended talk is towards the COVID prevention and the management. So for COVID management, that's called virus management, you need to have top immunity because you are not able to stop being infected through that particular virus because not possible. Because I got infected. I didn't think about that. I was infected in my sports in the indoor stadium. That could be the reason, maybe. But still, I never experienced any symptom at all. I never experienced any symptom, not even a simple thing. I came out very easily. My wife got infected from me, and she is also very fit, and she also gave out. So I'm telling you that the reason is physical stress is important. The exercise is important. Exercise, physical stress, exercise, expose yourself to nutritional stress, but never forget about the nutritional deficiency because complementary nutritional fitness is highly essential for the physical fitness programs. Say now, there are several kinds of exercise types like acute exercise or chronic exercise or training. So acute one single bout will not help you. Chronic training or long training for several years only, not in days, several years of accumulated physical training and with a proper planning of physical training and other lifestyle factors added like nutrition and rest and relaxation, then only you will have proper immunity. Because I told you that even the neurophysiological connection, psychosomatic connection of the stress also makes your immunity come down because of the excess rolling of the cortisol, excess aldosterone, the glucocorticoids because of the stress, excess mineralocorticoids like aldosterone. And then these things, they're all very dangerous when they appear in the blood circulation for longer and longer duration. They might even suppress the immunity. That's the reason why there are relationships. There is a clear relationship being established between all these things and the health and the immunity. So you must be very thoroughly expertised in maintaining all these things. You must exercise, you must be very healthy, you must be emotionally balanced, you must take a healthy diet and nutrients especially. And also you should know how to cook. That's very important. Nutritional fitness, how to cook is important. That's where the nutrition. For example, let me give you a small tidbit. In the greens, actually, especially in the pepperings, like green peppers, the pepperings should not be exposed to the dry heat actually. So you don't keep anything that's been in the oven. That will actually destroy these phytochemicals. So there are many issues. Even the leucine and leucine of the white yolk and avidin of the white yolk may not be very good when you expose these proteins to the dry heat, or else directly when you go for an omelette kind of thing for eggs. So there are many ways that you have to cook to protect the vitamins, the minerals, and the phytochemicals as they are. They have to be absorbed into the body. So it's not that eating properly, it is very important that how you cook them and then infuse into or take them into properly. There are many things. So dose dependent exercises, type, intensity, duration, I tell you, anything you can take up, but there is no pain, there is no gain. Again, the exercises that are only building the muscle are not giving you that much of immunity. But the exercises that are aerobic or running kind of things, or cycling kind of, they are actually very fantastic for the improving immunity. But that doesn't mean that you have to take up too much of it. Too much of oxygen. Yes. 5 minutes.
Participants have some questions. They want.
Yeah, 5 minutes. I will be stopping, and then we'll go for questions. And then any exercises that will be are mixed, like yoga, can be taken up. So
5 minutes and
duration must be half an hour or 45 minutes every day. But you have to keep changing your exercises so that different systems of your body are engaged. Different systems are also exposed to different inflammatory and oxidative stresses, of course. So these are all the ideas of the exercises. And finally, let me tell you, an updated and an unadopted physical activity, please don't take up. Beginners may take up easier and less intense forms of exercise before higher adaptation. Even the highly adapted exercise, you need to be very cautious. I'm telling you, several long distance runners become COVID positive. Of course, they came out. But I don't think that just because I said that running is good, but don't run too much, don't walk too much. High intensity, it depends intensity, and the difficulty of the exercise depends on the age of the individual also. See, for some people, if they just brisk walk for 70 years, it is okay. But 25 years or 30 years or also, I'm saying walking. This is meaningless. This is absurd. They have to jog. They have to exercise vigorously. It's not that their bodies will not give that kind of immunity if they take comfortable, enjoyable exercise program. Exercise is very difficult, and that's the reason why people tend to get away from exercise as quickly as possible, and people tend to not to go to the exercise regimen regularly because of the painful experiences they have during the exercise program. If it is a sweet-like thing, people will go every day to the ground. It is not sweet. The severe exercise, when you want to run 5 kilometers, running 5-10 kilometers is not a joke. It is a severe, painful form. I know the difficulty of, I know my heart, how it sounds before I start my exercise program, but of course I have to control. I have to do that. Positive patients are discouraged from doing exercise. Please, COVID positive, please try to control yourself. And if you don't have any symptoms, you can walk definitely. Walking is okay, but don't expose yourself to severe oxidative, severe exercises, including, there are many videos coming, this exercise you do, that exercise you do, or breathing exercises. They are not scientific, actually. There are no published research. These are not published research things. But anyway, better avoid during the high infection states because you need a lot of rest. Pre and post exercise nutrition is very important. Infection-free environment. So after the COVID, especially I tell you, as per my own experience, and many people are feeling brain fog is there. Brain fog means you won't be able to think properly, and there is a lot of fatigue in the muscle, a lot of fatigue in the overall body. There's a COVID tongue. There are several things, and sleeplessness, insomnia. So these are all things that are happening to the COVID-19 recovered patients. Even I have, still I'm a little suffering, but I started my exercise. It's good that some days you need to give rest after COVID-19. Maybe you can start doing some yoga exercises, light forms of walking, but you need at least 2 to 3 weeks after recovery to start you doing your exercise program again. And a big thanks to all of you. And I think I have covered some of the important topics through my talk. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you very much, the professor. I'm the Vice Chancellor, Honorable Vice Chancellor of the SPMVV and the Registrar of this university. Thank you very much for a good initiative, and I'm very indebted to you for being a part of this, for inviting me and making me a part of this particular important program. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్. శారీరక దృఢత్వాన్ని సాధించాలంటే భావోద్వేగాలు, పోషకాహారాలు, ఆధ్యాత్మిక చింతన ఏ విధంగా ఉండాలి, వీటిని సాధించినప్పుడు మనం వీటన్నిటిని సాధించినప్పుడే ఫిజియలాజికల్ ఫిట్నెస్ సాధించగలమని, మరియు ఈ ఫంక్షనల్ హెల్త్ అనేది ఫిజియలాజికల్ ఫిట్నెస్ మీద ఆధారపడి ఉంటుందని, వెల్నెస్ గురించి చాలా చక్కగా మనకి చెప్పారు. అదే కాకుండా శారీరక ఆరోగ్యం, ఆత్మీయ క్షేమం, మేధాక్షేమం, సామాజిక క్షేమం, ఆర్థిక క్షేమం గురించి కూడా చాలా చక్కగా మనకి వివరించారు. అదే కాకుండా ఎక్సర్సైజ్ ఏ విధంగా చేయాలి, ఎక్సర్సైజ్ చేసేటప్పుడు ఎటువంటి జాగ్రత్తలు తీసుకోవాలి, ఎక్సర్సైజ్ ని మనం చాలా ఎక్కువగా కానీ చాలా తక్కువగా కానీ చేయకూడదు, ఆప్టిమమ్ లెవెల్ ఎక్సర్సైజ్ చేయాలని, మరియు యోగాకి ఎక్సర్సైజ్ చేసేటప్పుడు మనం ఏ విధమైన విధానాలు పాటించాలని, మరియు మన యూనివర్సిటీలో మేడం గారి యొక్క ఆధ్వర్యంలో వెల్నెస్ సెంటర్ లో ఇంకా కోర్సెస్ స్టార్ట్ చేయాలని కూడా సారు మనకి ఒక సూచనలు ఇచ్చారు. వీటన్నిటిని బట్టి సార్కి మేము యూనివర్సిటీ తరపున ధన్యవాదాలు చెప్పుకుంటాం. నా కొన్ని క్వశ్చన్స్ ఉన్నాయి సార్, ప్లీజ్ క్లారిఫై ద డౌట్స్ టు ది పార్టిసిపెంట్. ఓవర్ టు కళారాణి గారు.
Yeah, good afternoon to you all. Sir, thanks for that nice explanation and the sharing of all your experiences. The question is, what is the common nutrition in this pandemic, irrespective of fitness levels?
Madam, actually, straight away, I'm saying that I'm not a nutritionist, but I'm a sports nutritionist. Okay. My study is actually pre-exercise nutrition, during exercise nutrition, post-exercise. But thing is, just what my experience is during the pandemic, anything that can enhance your immunity, like excellent minerals, excellent vitamins, and then so these things you can definitely incorporate into your daily life. But how you cook them is an important issue, and we consider definitely proteins are very important. If you have access to BCAAs, branched chain amino acids like leucine powders, in case you can take 1 spoon every day, that will definitely strengthen your immunity. And then as usual, anything that's very important that enhances your iron content, like green leafy vegetables, all those things you can definitely include in your daily menu. This way you can definitely, but maybe less red. More of the protein, first thing, more of the protein or the first class protein. And then iodine containing protein diets like egg. And see, if they are vegetarians, you can go for a soy. And very, very little foods you can see the iodine, which is a very essential amino acid for human existence, and which is very important for the iodine and biotin complex that is very essential for your thymus immunity enhancement. So
one more question. In this pandemic situation, most of the sports persons and fitness practitioners also caught by the virus than non-fitness practitioners. Here, what is the role of fitness, they're asking?
No, see, actually, the problem is, I'm telling you, even myself, why I got exposed to COVID is because I was supposed to go to my department, wherein it's almost like, it's a closed environment. It's a shuttle course and fitness center. So the virus load that will be very high amount. See, youngsters, then sportsmen will come and they play. The virus load will be more in case if they have any infection, because youngsters, sports persons, they won't show any symptoms. In myself, I didn't find anything for me. So there may be a chance that I also might have given some infection to some people because without knowing. It's happening. So among the sports persons, it is happening that because they don't experience any symptom, and the virus load, what they emit is when they are doing exercises, they emit the virus load heavily. Though they have less virus load with them, the emission will be more. So this more or less are trapped environments they practice. That's one thing. Okay. And sportsmen I have seen, maybe they might be taking differently. If I say like this, they are not taking proper care. That's the first thing. Because they are overconfident that we will not get. Because that's true. That is a true. Yeah. But I have seen some deaths happening to the bodybuilders. Especially the Mr. India died 36 years and some 28-year-olds bodybuilders. I've told you, type of exercise and the effects of anti-inflammatory, anti-oxidative, and the promotion of the immunity are completely different from exercise to exercise. There are studies, but people don't listen to that. People always see about the muscle of the individual and they approach them. Yes. If you have bigger muscles in your body, you are a better trainer. Okay. Like me, I am not a trainer because no one see me a trainer in me because I don't have muscle. I run, that's it.
Yeah.
Misconceptions are there. So proper scientific use of the sports science is not seen in the society.
Okay, sir. Other one is a very, common question for maybe answer for everybody. What is the ideal time to be spent on fitness every day in terms of physical, mental, spiritual, or can we take each session one day?
Yeah. So actually, especially when you do exercise early in the morning, it is really good. When you do early in the morning, it's good for your immune boosting, except you are a high diabetic. Wherein we try to ask them to do exercises in the evening when they're comfortable, in case if it is summer. So again, ambient environment is an important issue. Again, here, ambient environment. There are different kinds of environments. In my answer, I have to be a little more scientific. Ambient environment is like, cold, dry, cool, dry, and cool, humid, hot, dry, hot, humid. These are 4 basic types of environment. Again, basing on the environment, actually, you are supposed to take care at what time you have to exercise. One thing is, you have to see that you exercise anytime that is not beyond 2 or 3 degrees above your body temperature. That's very safe. Above your body temperature. If the outside temperature is around 40 degrees, please don't go out. Don't do exercise. If it is okay, 32 degrees you can do. So anything that is less than your body temperature also is okay. But don't do when the outside ambient temperature is very high when you are compared to the body temperature, average body temperature. And also when your ambient environment is having a lot of humidity outside, don't do exercise. So this is one thing. So in general, my recommendation is early, the better early morning you will be good. That will rejuvenate your strength, but you might feel little fatigue after the exercise. You might need a little nap of 5 to 10 minutes. Will give you excellent vitality. After that, you can face your daily life. Because many people are saying, sir, if I do early in the morning, I will become tired and I will become fatigued. I cannot go and walk there. No, it's wrong. Yeah. Because I do a lot of exercise in the morning. I'm sitting and talking.
Sir, there are a few more questions, but before that, if there are any person interested to ask directly, we will take that and then go back to the quoted questions, sir. Okay. So from audience, from anybody who can ask directly, please, you are welcome to ask the questions. If you can raise your hand, your mic will be unmuted, then you can. Any questions from the audience, please?
Several of my students are actually listening, my scholars, my colleagues are there from outside.
Your students might have got all the suggestions from you earlier. We are targeting the general public also.
My colleagues from Pondicherry, from other places also watching this program.
Yeah, because we are losing time. So I request Madam Vice Chancellor, if you have your comments, Madam, compliments, please welcome, Madam.
Yes, thank you, Kalarani. Yes. Thank you, Dr. Rajasekhar, for your enlightening lecture on health and fitness, which is really path-breaking, I can say, because many carry their own, stereotypic, understanding of health and fitness. And today's lecture, for many of them, they might have realized what exactly is the health and fitness. For many of us who is well-educated, who is well-traveled, exposed, we have some understanding of what health and fitness is. But at the same time, for a common public, it's a message. Yes. Yes, and you have beautifully described the health and fitness continua, where, exercise is only one dimension. Yes. It should be realized it's very, very important. And also, it's very unfortunate. I think it's, we are also witnessing many of these fitness centers, they just have only the fitness equipment, physical activity equipment, none other than those, high tech kind of, instruments. And they say orally, they say this and that as part of health and fitness. But I'm sure the traditional, schools, they're having all these. But unfortunately, we are into highly sophisticated technological based health and fitness programs. I suppose, let me share one particular philosophical school like Siddha Samaja Yoga. So the Siddha Samaja Yoga will take into account the nutrition, the physiology, the meditation, the physical activity, everything. So, but, people, many of us, we're not convinced with that kind of, thought. We are highly, convinced with the high-tech kind of, fitness centers, fitness clubs. And it is time to take a call, to what exactly we need as part of health and fitness. And also, as you rightly mentioned, health cannot be achieved in over a night or over 10 days or over 2 weeks. It should be a part of the lifespan continuum. It should start as part of your health regimen right from the younger years, as rightly WHO pointed out. Yes, you have to catch up when you are young. You cannot, during the pandemic times or, during any uncertainty times, we cannot start these fitness programs. That's one thing. Yes, as you mentioned, all the parameters, whatever you mentioned, I think you will agree, the WHO very clearly stated what health and wellness is. So it stated the integration of, physical, nutritional, social, philosophical, especially spiritual, and also the psychological. It's a combination. It's an amalgam of all these things put together is health and wellness. And my dear friends, I think my dear young participants, you should realize this and carry this message and then try to make it as a habit in your daily routine. And also anything, it should be optimum, be it nutrition, be it, physical activity, as you rightly said. Amrutam aina kuda oka mitan datinattaite adi vishame. So edaina tagina motadalo teeskunteni that works very well. So it's also well said. Yet another thing, I will have one more question from my helpline clients. Before that, I just want to share something here. Yes. Yeah, let me go with the questions. Then I'll go to the last point later. See, some of our clients in the helpline, they were asking, yes, in this pandemic, many seniors, especially 50 plus group, they're homebound. They're more scary. Fear psychosis is very much there. Anxiety is very much there. When they step out of the house, they think that they'll catch the virus. Yeah, there are instances like that. So especially for hypertensives, diabetic, and cardiac problem persons, they do have certain nutritional, diet tips. But at the same time, they don't know how to keep their physical exercise. They are, restricted to one room. How can, many of the caregivers ask this question. So how can we improve the, do you have anything to suggest for them in terms of, physical activity? That's one question.
Yeah. Should I answer this, madam, first?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. I'll tell you. Actually, I've been a very great proponent for the yoga also. See, when the people are restricted in terms of the space, actually availability, and the best way is actually the yogasanas. I'm talking about yogasanas. Then I may not be the authority, but I practice yoga. I'm a yoga researcher also. I published very beautiful articles on yoga also. The thing is, that's very good. But the problem with yoga is, unless you are practicing anything, madam, I want to tell you one thing. As I already told you, nothing can be accumulated suddenly. That's the first thing. That is the first thing. And second thing, something is better than nothing. There is another thing called something is better than nothing. So something you can do is something you can manage with a limited space available. There are some exercises, physical exercises. There are maybe walking around and otherwise some stretching kind of thing. There are several videos actually, but I've not done any videos. many people are asking me to do some videos for that purpose, but maybe I will try. So there are some specific exercises which will definitely enhance your metabolism, will enhance your anti-inflammatory strength, anti-oxidative strength. There are some exercises stationarily you can do. There are some stretching exercises, some walking exercises, some brisk walking on the spot exercises. There are things, but yoga is there as a very best alternative for this. Yoga asanas are very best alternative when there is no space. But in that, unless you reach to, in yoga, there is a problem. Then when you confine yourself only to the very simple yoga asanas, the derivative immunity is very, very less. This is a problem. Unless you reach to the higher level of asanas, maybe intermediate level, their higher level of asanas, the health benefits are not that much accumulating. This is a very, but still something is better than nothing. If you go with that saying, definitely you have so many asanas that can be managed by 50 or 60-year-old. Okay.
Yes, that is true, Rajasekhar, but that cannot be done during this pandemic. Many of our senior citizens are not aware of yogasanas.
Yeah.
It's high time that, physical education scientists must come out with some kind of dissemination of information. Yes. It's a community. Yeah, routinely our counseling psychologists will prescribe you follow asanas, you follow stretching exercises, this and that. It's very common to many of them, they develop hypochondriacal tendencies.
Yes.
I think hypochondriasis.
Yes.
Yeah, because of that, we have to convince them. The mind has to be convinced, either the formal caregivers or the senior citizens. So this is yet another, area which needs a lot of intervention from any specialist, like, physical education specialist.
You are definitely right.
Yeah, it should be. So we are not, we're not saying goodbye to this COVID-19 second wave. We are, we are awaiting for some more. So I think it's time to think about this. And next question from many parents of young, youngsters. The youngsters who are very regular in exercise, very regular in jogging, fitness, this, that, running, and so on and so forth. And even in terms of physiological fitness, many people are encountering mental health problems, especially not anxiety alone, suicidal ideation, depression. And, these are all common questions we come across to our helpline. See, the answer from our counseling psychologists may be, I think, the role of endorphins. The endorphins, happy hormones, and happy chemicals or biochemicals, right? Role of these endorphins, in connection with the physical activity. Definitely, the endorphins, if endorphin levels are stimulated, the result is no pain, only pleasure. The pleasure, can be, stimulated. As you know, it's well demonstrated in many researchers, especially in dealing with the depressive patients, in dealing with the manic depressive patients, or patients with, some other psychological concerns. So, I think, do you recommend for those with, precautionary measures, they can go for exercise? That's my feeling. I don't know, as an expert, you have to tell me. Leave aside the immunity part. They are very young, very agile. See, the vitality indicators are very good. And at the same time, they were very much habituated to the physical exercise all along. Suddenly, because of this, many parents, they are not allowing their youngsters to go outside. And at the same time, they do have, because of that, they, many of them, some people, those who are not strong, they develop this pain. As an expert, what do you suggest?
Yes, I understand the question, madam. Actually, let me tell you some frank issues here. I have to tell you some things openly. The question is very complex. In fact, because it relates to the young kids, their psychology and their future. Yeah, I know. See now, actually, because of the immense success in sports field and the outcome, economic outcome, and etc., and the name and fame that's been associated with the sports success, I have seen several parents. They are trying to influence their kids. They are trying to influence their kids, and in fact, they are trying to influence so heavily that they try to accept that what they feel, and they bring the children into the sports centers. I mean, training centers. And I don't want to name a particular training center, this center, that center. I have seen a particular world-class training center. Inmates, around 500 inmates training in particular activity, 500 inmates. And I wanted to, I asked them directly, have you ever tested them, whether they will be successful in their sport or not?
Yeah, aptitude testing, aptitude for sports.
Aptitude is the second one. The first thing is sports genetic specific test, sports genetic specific test. Whether a person is suitable for that particular sport, genetically and physically. First thing is physical suitability, then the aptitude is.
Yeah, and I'm not talking about, the client's concern is not about sports in general.
In general, that's what I'm coming to that. So here, the parents' motivation is being heavily worked out on the children, and initially they will say several things. They are joining their kids into the programs, and kids do pick up to some extent. And their aptitude is different. Their aptitude, the way is different, and the parents do not realize that. They compel on cricket. Otherwise, they compel on badminton. They compel on some basketball. They compel, but they don't want to take into consideration what actually they want, in which sport they want to involve. This is first thing. Though they are involving regularly in those activities, as you are aware, first thing, they may not be interested in that particular activity. The whole physical activity, they may not be liking it. Many, because I have interacted with some children, they don't want to even go to ground, but parents are pushing them to go to the ground, and they are making them somehow adapted to that kind of a physical activity. I know some parents are pushing their children to get up early in the morning, go against the wishes of the children. This is one thing. See, what is a physical exercise? It should come naturally. It should be a natural activity. It should come from the natural thought. That way you have to motivate. That's not there. So inherent motivation is actually lacking in the children. It is just because of the parental motives, first thing. Second thing is, the children, though they are regularly active, they're regularly doing it, the other pressures, I don't want, because I'm not a social psychologist here, to bring in the other issues, like, societal expectations, parental expectation, all these things. If you talk to the social psychologists, they will definitely explain to you what are the pressures a child is having, why the depression is. So it's not that, as you said, beta endorphins, when the beta endorphins are released, in my view, beta endorphins are released when you exercise intentionally, to do exercise with all your happiness. When you don't do exercise, something with some kind of an other motivation, I don't believe that beta endorphins are released, or beta endorphins in any way they are helpful. If you are addicted to exercise, if you feel that you want to do exercise, I know. See, where I have come today is, if I don't do exercise for 3 days, I feel a kind of a thing that I become disoriented to many things. I feel guilty of taking a meal even after 3 days. Hey, I have not done any exercise. So I feel guilty. Then I feel that, and I exercise, I feel happy. When I am doing exercise, I should feel happy. If I don't, that's what is a psychosomatic connection of the exercise. It's not that just you exercise with all pressure, you will develop beta. I don't believe in that theory. When you exercise with all happiness, when you exercise with all motivation, internal motivation, you will develop beta. So then only you will have a strong mind. I have a strong mind because I like that slow exercise, and I involve in that, and I get a kind of a release of beta endorphins, and I feel good hormones, and I feel happy. Then I know for myself, when I run 10 kilometers and I came back to take a shower, it's like a heaven for me. At the doorstep of heaven, I feel that is needed. So beta
Yes,
endorphins.
Yes, Dr. Rajasekhar, the question is very simple. So do we have to, see the parents, caretakers of the younger or youth, this is the major concern, their question. So their question is, do we have to allow them or do we have to abstain them? So our question is, see, actually, as you said, it is if they feel that is the major avenue for their pleasure, we are, as psychologists, as counseling psychologists, we are recommending for exercises with precaution. That's what, as an expert, what do you say? That's what I would like to learn from you. Yes, okay. That's a well-established relationship. Endorphins and physical activity. Yeah, whatever they prefer, that could be, directly correlated to then, less pain and pleasure.
Yes,
yeah, that's well established. Yeah, see, the question is very simple. Do you want us to allow them, or you want to, you don't want to allow them to go for walking? This is very simple,
no,
but I want
we have to. There is no way.
Yes, that's what. As an expert, I would like to see some of the viewers will be there, so they would like to get that answer for their question, right? Okay, that's right. Yeah, you were mentioning wellness centers or physical education. I think, Dr. Rajasekhar, it's time to transform yourself into well-established concept like kinesiology. Study in kinesiology. That is very, very important. Kinesiology is a multidisciplinary science, as you know. It's a study of human and non-human, kind of actual body movements. It addresses the physiological, neurological, whatever you said, psychological, or nutritional and anything. So it's time to transform yourself into, because no more old names like physical education or wellness programs are part of kinesiology, but you have to transform. I think it's time to educate the public. See, there's a lot of demand for, wellness programs. There is a lot of it is like it's a kind of, I can say, as soon as they undergo this training, they should start a center, fitness center, and a holistic, as you mentioned. That's, all-round development towards the health and fitness. I think you need to transform. With this view, let me thank you on behalf of SPMVV.
Thank you.
Thank you. Sir, there is one Mr. Mallesh would like to ask, sir.
Yeah.
Please unmute yourself, Mallesh.
Yes, sir. Sir, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, Mallesh.
Sir, thank you very much, sir, for giving such a wonderful presentation.
I request you to have a brief question and to have a brief answer.
Actually, okay. Sir, I don't have any questions, sir. Just only I need help from you, sir, because actually I am from dance department, sir. I'm a dance facilitator. So in my department, some of the people think that dance means it's not a physical exercise. Some of the people are thinking like that. So I'm requesting you, please add some points to this the physical fitness things to dance also, sir. So it will help us.
Yeah. Let me tell you, actually, Mr. Mallesh, I understand that you're concerned that dance is a fantastic physical exercise. It is a mixed aerobic and anaerobic exercise. Moreover, the additional element in it, happiness, emotional happiness. And while doing exercise, when you're running, you won't feel, unless you are addicted to running, you won't feel that happiness. So people like me can feel happy when I am running. People like you or other people who are not regularly running, who don't take motivation to running, they will feel it is a punishment. The reason why people don't run, don't exercise. The first problem is when you dance, you will exercise as well. You will also feel emotionally satisfied, happy. But thing is, you have to take care when you are dancing, because whether you are really eligible to your because dancing is corresponding to age. It should be conducted corresponding to age, your fitness, everything. keeping in view, dance is a fantastic aerobic and anaerobic, both anaerobic exercise form, which I really cherish. I like it very much, and it should be a part of the fitness management. Thank you very much for that.
Yeah, so thank you. Because of the limitation of the time, we are stopping, but we don't want to disappoint the listeners who posted their questions. And we did share the link, sir, for the feedback. So they can put up their questions in the link, the feedback link. Madam, Registrar Madam, are you looking to share your views, Madam?
It's already that is up now.
Yeah, sure.
I understand the constraint.
Yeah, thank you. So we are requesting all the listeners to post their questions in the feedback form so that we will get answers from sir and help you in that. And please switch on your videos. We will have a quick snap of all our participants and the administrators, please, and the organizers. Please share your Amma. Stop sharing. Sweta, stop sharing the PPT. Yes. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much. It is time to propose formal vote of thanks. And
one small request, just wanted to thank the Vice Chancellor, sir, Madam, but directly just wanted to, it's a personal thing, because I have acted as a keynote speaker for many national, international conferences, online, offline, but never I have seen a VC attending the whole proceedings and listening to the whole proceedings of the, never, this is the first time ever I have seen, and asking so many questions, and also deliberating with the key speaker and sharing her thoughts, and also sharing to bring out certain things into the society. And I'm really thankful for that, and I'm really grateful to the VC of the SPMVV for doing so. I'm very happy, Madam. Thank you very much for giving me that blessings and sharing your thoughts and regards, and very, very much. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Please take a note of the link address for your feedback. Once again, I'm announcing. So it's my pleasant duty
just a minute. Yeah. Dr. Rajasekhar, it is pleasure rather from my side. Yeah, as an outreach program, first of all, I should set a model for everyone in the community. I should empower myself with whatever experts say. It doesn't mean that we are aware of everything, anything, and this by becoming #1 in the university. That's my first, impression. So that's why I wanted to be. So I wanted to take this opportunity to sit together with every participant and, make them, motivate them to be with this kind of, programs. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam, for that noble gesture. Yeah. So it is indeed my pleasure to propose vote of thanks on behalf of SPMVV Women Biotech Incubation Facility of the Society of Innovation, Incubation and Entrepreneurship and the Wellness Center of the University, and on my own. I profusely thank our Madam Vice Chancellor, Professor Dubur Jamuna Garu, for conveying her valuable message on this occasion and for being the motivational driving force behind conducting this 4th community outreach health awareness program in relation to conducting the series of COVID-19 awareness. I immensely thank our Registrar, Professor D.M. Mamata Garu, for her constant support and encouragement and for doing the needful for successful organization of this event. I profusely thank today's distinguished speaker, Dr. K.V. Rajasekhar Garu, Director of Physical Education, University of Hyderabad, for accepting our invitation and sparing his valuable time to share his knowledge about maintaining fitness to fight COVID-19. Sir, fitness అనేది ఒక ఎక్సర్సైజ్ కాదు, అది ఒక ఉన్నతమైన జీవన విధానానికి గుర్తు అని చాలా సింపుల్ గా ఒక మంచి మెసేజ్ ఇచ్చారు సార్. థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్. Thanks are due to the deans, directors, principal of nursing college and heads of the departments for doing the needful for organizing this program. And the organizers also acknowledge with thanks the support rendered by the Command Control Center of the university. Thanks to all the teaching, non-teaching staff and the students, as well as the public from the community for their participation. Thanks to the print and electronic media for the coverage. Last but not the least, I thank the Secretary of the Society, Professor S. Jyoti, and the entire team of Women Biotech Incubation Facility, as well the Wellness Center of the University for the collective efforts being made for successful conduction of this event. And thank you so much from my side. And we wish you to meet you all on 14th June for yet another wonderful session on how to take care of your lung in relation to COVID-19. We look forward to meet you all there. Thank you so much. Over to you, Professor Sarah.
So with this, thank you, madam. Yes, with this we'll close it, madam.
Oh yeah, sure.
Thank you, one and all.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
So
Thank you, sir.
so
Rajasekhar,
much,
sir.
Thank you.
Rajasekhar garu, thank you so much.
Thank you, madam.
Rajasekhar garu.
Sultana garu, how are you?
Yes, sir.
Thanks, sir.
Sir,
Thank you, sir.
Sir. Very nice meeting you. Thank you.